so we are doing. Let's see, what are we doing? Upgrade help. Okay, so that's specifically gear oriented, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think too. The other one is like progression, I think. Let me double check. I should know my own shit, huh? Hang on. Yeah. Okay. So it's mainly specifically for gear. All right. So we are a. Let's see. Looks like a dual blade of sorts.
Yep, a
Oh,
dual blade.
it's in the title.
204.
204. Okay, so early 200s. And you mega burned it? No, Tera burned it maybe.
Yeah, Tera Burn.
Yeah, termporary CRA gear. Okay. And you're doing generally just you have one computer and you're just playing on the one computer.
I'm planning on one right now, and I don't have plan to make another counter.
You
So
you do have the
yes,
plan or you don't have the plan?
don't.
Okay. Okay. And are we kind of wondering in general, do you have the plan of making also like a farming character, or are you just trying to play this one and just see how it goes?
So my plan is kind of like a bit peculiar, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
because I am trying to reach a certain point, and then I'm gonna stop. Not like stop entirely,
Mm-hmm.
but like I know that I won't have time to play as much
Mm-hmm.
when school starts, so
Yep.
I want to push this character to solo CRA levels,
Mm-hmm.
and then throughout the years, I will work on legions and I will do weekly bosses to build up muscles. So the current plans right now for the summer is push this character to CRA solo.
I see. Okay. So CRA solo, so you can earn your CRA gears to make sure that you know, next time you start playing more, your character isn't naked, and you can
Yeah,
actually
that's
have
why.
CRA gear. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And you're trying to reach that before the end of the summer. So we're doing specific upgrading, not too much super long-term vision yet, because you can start doing that after you come back as well when you have a bit more time. Okay. That's pretty exact, but that's very helpful. And that's very
Mhm.
helpful because of that. All right. So when we're talking about gear, there's like three main ways of upgrading, right? There's Star Force, there's cubing, and then there's flaming.
Mhm.
Do you understand all of these systems and how they work, or is there still some
Yeah,
stuff there that I could maybe explain a little bit more for you?
I think I got everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Because before this, I used to be like 3K Legions, DS main in Scania.
Mm-hmm.
I got into like 230 because before I realized that I cannot progress any further without spending money. So I make a jump to Reboot.
I see. Yeah, there is a you still can, but you have to play the game in a very very specific way, and you have to really just be in the auction house all day to find those specific items that you need, right?
Yeah, I mean
Or
like
yeah, it's pretty difficult past a certain point.
the thing with pay to win in Maple is that it's not guaranteed. Like you can spend 2 cubes and get what you want, and or you can spend like 50 cubes and get what you want.
Yep.
So I'm not willing to gamble, take that kind of gamble.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in a way, I'm kind of like defending non-reboot here, but in a way, you kind of make that same gamble in reboot because you could spend your money that you make in an hour to get what you want, or you can spend the money that you make in 100 hours to get what you want, right? Um, that's kind of the payoff between reboot and non-reboot is that in one way you spend money, but in the other way you spend time, and to a certain extent, time and money are connected to each other, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah, so
you know,
that's why I have like certain plans of building up money over the next school year. So when I come back next summer,
mm-hmm.
I will have like a certain amount of mesos to start off.
Yep.
So during the next school years, I will like build legions to maybe 6K and then do weekly and daily bosses on this main.
Yep, and he'll be
And
able to because he already has the capability to do CRA, and then you can do Party, Lotus, and Damien from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, in general, for money for dailies, Ursus and Maple Tour is like the main thing to do. If you keep doing that, you'll have like a steady income. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm planning to.
okay.
Versus Maple Tour and bosses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't plan much on like actually farming mesos. I just want to push to 210 before July 22nd to get the no stones.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, because it's a Tera Burn character. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you tried the new maps in Reverse City?
Well, I'm 204.
Oh, yeah,
Gonna be
204. Oh, yeah, yeah,
giant.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought, yeah. I had 205 in my head. Yeah, so next level you can... Because I heard that some maps are pretty good, and because there's not too many people there yet, there might be some high-level burn maps that are pretty nice. Although people tend to figure this stuff out very quickly. And then, there'll be a, a gold rush for these maps. But until then, there might be some nice benefit. Okay, so if you already like know about like flames, I don't know if you worked with flame score before. That's typically what I use to kind of like grade how good a flame is or how bad it is.
Yeah, I know the basic formula.
Mm-hmm.
So main stat is 1, attack is 4, and all stat is 8.
Yep. For you, it might be a little bit higher for all stat because you have 2 secondary stats.
Oh yeah.
So it might
So
be
it's
closer.
around 9, 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5-ish, yeah, for you. And then later in the game, it'll go 9. And then for end game for Dual Blade, it will go up to 10, which is something useful to know because if you are trying to flame things that you might, we're not going to do that yet, but if you're trying to flame things to transpose, for example, then an all stat flame on there, and since transposing is typically for late game and end game purposes, then you can really value the percentage all stat lines you get very, very highly. Like if you're looking for 110, 115 flame score, if you get a 6% all, that's already more than half of what you're looking for. So that is something you can keep in mind there. But also
Yeah, that
for
makes sense.
but also for end game, then the weapon attack gets a little bit lower, so that goes like from 4 to 3.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, because you get way more weapon attack. Therefore, the individual weapon attack is lower. So I've done. I don't know if you've seen the YouTube video, but I did a CRA on my dual blader as well at level 203. So very similar to yours. Was not Tera burned, but that might help you with like how I did it, my mechanics, and all of that stuff. What I had was mostly was a few unique items, but mostly epic items that all had percentage luck on it. And I had access to some more items, but you have access to the CRA already, so I think that compensates for each other. But I had access to a big legion and a lot of link skills, which you don't have. So your gear on average is going to have to be stronger, or your mechanics are going to have to be better. My mechanics on my dual blade are far from perfect, since I have never really historically played Thieves, and it's like my 6th or 7th highest level character, so I'm not spending that much time practicing. So have you opened your reboot box with the cubes and the potential scrolls and everything?
No, I still have the level 31. So yeah, you said that I should hold on to it as long as I can.
Yep.
So how many boxes do we have in total?
That's a good question. I think I put it in a command. Was it reboot box, I think? Oh, yes, because somebody linked it. Support desk linked it recently. So I think we can see that here. I think it's 4?
Yeah, 4.
30, 60, 90, and 120. So 30 gives you 100% EPOT, 300 potions, wow, and 20 mil. And level 60 gives you epic potential scroll 100%, 5 Master Craftsman, a slot expansion, and 30 mil. So that's also pretty mild. And then level 90 is like the most important one that you keep this. You have another 100% EPOT, 5 Meister Cubes, character slot expansion, and 50 mil. And then 120 is a unique potential scroll, 5 Meister Cubes, character slot expansion, and 100 mil.
So should I use the unique on WSE?
Yeah, so your emblem is already unique, right? So you could use it on your Sweetwater Katara.
Yeah.
If you come up with a plan.
Should I use the the Katara like temporarily, um, because like you can transpose a 5 million into it, right?
Yeah, but you will most likely need at least unique and with decent lines Sweetwater Katara to be able to kill CRA to even get the pieces so that you could transpose later. And once you're at the point where you want to think about transposing, at that point, rolling your unique item to down to epic, and then just tiering it up later again is way cheaper than to keep it epic like this and then compensate for the loss of damage between epic and unique by upgrading all your other stuff instead. So there's no harm in going to unique on this already. Yeah, so if we would open the box, let's see, we get 3 epic. You haven't opened it at all yet, right? Still the level 31?
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
You still have 30.
Yeah, so you would get 5 Master Craftsman, 10 Meister, 3 epots, and 1 unique potential scroll, and then a bunch of money, basically. So I can already see, like, it would be to use the epic potential scrolls. We could definitely use them on your 2 rings. Are you going for the synergy ring as well, or is that not in your plans?
I will try to get as much as I can. The second phase is until August, right?
Let me check. It's 4 weeks away until the. Is it the end? Second phase is until August 4th. Yeah, August 4th is the last day of the second phase.
I think I might not make it because I only have 4 characters right now.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is the dual blade, another is Mercedes at 90 and Nara at 90.
Mm-hmm.
I got them to get the link skills.
Yep.
And the other one is just a level 1 beast tamer.
I see.
Graded in case I forgot to later on.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to just make sure you create it so that you can level it later, because it does have a limited creation. That's good. Synergy rings do come back though with other events, like there are recurring available items. So even if you only get 3 or 4, or maybe even only 2 this time around, maybe next time when you have more time you can get more synergy rings to make it worth.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it depends on what you have time for, of course. So we're going into using the thing. Yes, so you would use the unique potential scroll definitely on the Katara, and then you have. So then we'll have to look at what item sets you're going to be working on.
So I am planning that for the pendants, I'm going to use the Horntail and the Aquarium one, the blue Aquarium one.
Yeah, Mechanator, yeah.
And for the face, I'm going to try to get the Zakun. And for earrings, I'm still trying to get a Horntail one because that one flame is not really good. So, and for boots and gloves, I don't know what to do, and capes also.
I'm seeing if you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, wait, that one doesn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we have 8 here. And then we have these 3. Or we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you have 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1, 2. I think you can't do all of those. 7 set bonus.
Do you think I should break the Sengoku set? Because I'm thinking of like keeping them at epic potential, and then I can transfer hammer them into the belt into the superior Golex, right? And the shoulder into a something, and then to an Absolab one.
Yeah, you could. I'm pretty risk aversive with that though, because like in the past I've also thrown away my Kana treasure ring because it was really bad back in the day. but then now they are potential best in slot. With how some things work, if items are unique items, I'm pretty hesitant to transfer hammer them, because once they're gone forever. And then maybe it'd be better, to use other items to transfer hammer over. But I'm thinking right now in like what kind of set bonuses specifically that we want to aim to get into, to get you to be CRA ready. So one of the options is to keep the 3-set Sengoku that you have, and then build the boss accessory set around there, which will leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots, which is
8.
one too many, right, to have the 7-set bonus, and one too few to have the 9-set bonus. And then the other option would be to remove one of the pieces, switch those for the 9th piece, because getting the 9th piece of boss accessory is better than the 3rd set of Sengoku, because you also replace it by an item that can get boss flames if you replace the belt, for example. Although the belt is something that you already have epic, so it would be a higher value item that you are replacing. Although it only has 3% luck, so it's also not like, if it already had 9 or something, I would be more hesitant to replace it. But since it quote unquote only has 3, that might be what we will do. The other option is to go for the alien invasion items and go for a 3-set there, which would probably be the 2 pendants and the belt. And then we could keep that 3-set plus Sengoku ring and shoulder for 2-set, and that would keep ring, pocket item, face, eye, earring, and metal. No.
Wait,
6.
I think there's also an alien ring, right?
Yeah, but that one cannot get potential and has very low base stats. So we typically want to avoid
because I
using
don't have
that.
a 4 slot right now.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2, and it gives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 11. What you could do, alright, this is a little bit min-maxy, but this is what you could do, is go for the noble Ifya's ring from the Von Leon questline and everything.
I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I am not a huge fan either. But if you get that ring and the Silver Blossom, the Pink Bean Cup, and then the Zakum Eye, Zakum Face, the whatever earrings you want, like either the Will-o'-the-Wisps or the Deocetus earrings, whichever one get like the best flames or something, and the badge, right? The Crystal Ventus badge. You'll have 7-set boss accessory, and then you get the Kana treasure ring and the and keep the current shoulder for the 2-set bonus there. And then you get Alien Invasion 2 pendants and the Alien belt. So you have the 3-set for the extra 50 attack there from the Alien set. You'll have the 2-set for the extra percentage damage and the good ring and the good shoulder. And you'll have the 7-set boss accessory. That would be, I think, your ideal setup. If you have that, you can move from there to... focusing, well, if you have that settled, you have a lot of bonus set damage there.
With the noble gonna counter what's the boss set?
Yeah, counts towards the boss set, yeah.
How do I get the noble? I only know how to get the normal one.
That is a good question. This is where I will ask chat. I think there will be... Are there guides online for that, guys? Or the... Yeah, you have to get the Noble Ifya's ring. I think you get the normal one and then you upgrade it, I think, through a quest line?
I'm not sure.
You need 10 of
the normal.
10 of the normal accessories? You have to combine 10 of the accessories. Talk to Ifya and exchange them. Aha.
10 of them. So I have to do hard Volion a couple of times.
No, I think it is from the Rose quests, Rose Garden quest line. I think so, not Von Leon himself, but the Rose Garden that's behind Von Leon. Hard Von Leon 10 times.
Yeah, because hard Volion gonna drop the rings and the necklace.
Oh, does he now? Okay. Oh, back when I did Von Leon, that was like before the Rose quest stuff. So he would just drop hard would just drop the equips, and then normal would drop the coin, something like that.
Okay.
Oh, you could do.
Quest.
Okay, hard Von Leon and the Rose Garden quest drop the Ifia gear. Okay. And then if you have 10, you can exchange it for one of the good rings. Yeah. Okay. The chests you get from the daily give you a chance to get the accessories. Got it. Okay, got it. All right. Does that make sense for the sets? Do you think that's achievable for you?
Yeah. So just to recap.
Yep.
It's gonna be 7 set boss, 3 set alien, and 2 set Sengoku.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I think I got it.
Yep. Yeah. So you add the Noble Ifia ring, you add the pink Holy Cup, and then you get those 2 pendants that you mentioned, right? Chaos Horntail and Mechanator, unless you get super lucky and get a Dominator, but probably Chaos Horntail and a Mechanator. Belt. Sorry, not those 2. Sorry, the Alien Fragment pendant. Sorry. So you can skip Mechanator and all that if you want to. Alien belt, Zakum face. You already have the eye. The earrings you can keep. The shoulder you can keep, and then you add the badge.
So one question is about fusing items. So for the Zakum face, I needed 2 Star Forces to get 5th job. So if I want to fuse it with another clean one, will the Star Force go away?
Yeah, if you fuse, the Star Force disappears. Yeah. But you already have the. Do you already have the 5th job? You already have it, right?
Yeah, I already have 5th job.
Yeah, so you can't like lose your 5th job or something. You can just because Star Forcing it to 8 is very cheap, but there's more value in a flame or in a reroll to try to get a better flame. So you can just fuse it with another one if you find it. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Same thing with the Zakum helmets, so you can level up your charm that way, and then you can unequip your pocket faster. And the same thing with the Horntail pendants. If you wear them and then fuse them, you can rewear them and get the charm again, so you can again make your charm go up faster, so you can unlock that pocket item to complete your stats, your sets. I mean.
Okay, got it.
And you can also fuse the cups later if you get multiple pink bean cups. That also helps you with rerolls if you need better flames there. Okay, so now we get to the shoe, the cape, and the glove, right?
Yeah.
That's very important. For cape, you probably ideally want to see if you can get a Nova cape. Has a lot of base attack.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna attempt normal Magnus today. I did easy Magnus yesterday for the 5th job advancement. So I'm gonna try normal.
Okay. The other option is to get the cape from the Tengu storyline with the Mushroom Shrine, but I'm not sure if you want to go through that whole storyline. But that's also a pretty strong cape.
I'm not really sure because the cape is just a placeholder, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but a lot of items are placeholders, right? Like your rings will placeholders as well. Your Iron Face are kind of placeholders as well. Sometimes you need placeholders to get strong enough to even get the replacements, right?
I mean, like the rings and the accessories can be turned into drop rate later on.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might look over it. I'm not really sure if I want to do it if it's too long.
Yep, no, that's fine. You can look at, you can do the other stuff that's more easily achievable and then see how far you get. And if you're already able to do it, you can just skip the other, skip the cape or just use whatever you find. Maybe a Pencilier with like 30 stat or something. Or maybe, does Von Leon have capes? I think Von Leon has a cape, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if you're doing Von Leon, you get like a cape with like, I don't know, like 50 stat or something. That could be good enough and you just hold that onto that. Something like that is also an option.
I think Von Leon also drops boots and gloves.
Yeah, so
Is it like
for boots and gloves, so the things I would do is do normal Hilla every day. You can try hard Hilla, but she might be a little bit too hard for you at this point because she's pretty
yeah,
wonky with the cage and everything. And if you can do Von Leon, basically just whenever you do those bosses, just look at the flame scores of those 3 items specifically. And then see if they are really good. Typically, if it's over 50 luck or has like a bunch of all stat, right, then that could be worth keeping, and then just use that and upgrade it. Try to get it to epic, try to get 6% stat, and give it some Star Force. If it's weaker, you can just hold on to it and then again fuse it later to try to go for a better roll if you have multiple pieces. So right now your shoe is not super useful for you. Like it doesn't have a
yeah,
lot of
it's
secondary
just put
stat.
it there.
Yeah, you just put it there. So if you do normal Hilla again and you get another shoe, and the other shoe also has a very shitty flame, you could just fuse them and see if you get something nicer.
Hmm.
And that's just what I would do for glove, shoe, and cape if you do Von Leon in the cape directory. If you get a Nova cape, you can use that one pretty much always because it just has so much weapon attack base.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so you need the Crystal Ventus badge. But you're already working on Magnus, so you'll get that soon. So that's no problem there. And for the face, you're doing Zakum, and the same thing like with the eye as well. Like if you get one with a shitty flame, that's whatever. If you're still doing Zakum regularly, then just keep fusing them together to see if you can get something nicer. I would aim flame score wise for your shoe, your glove, and then potentially your cape, your earring, your eye, and your face. I would try to aim for flame scores like over, like around 50 or higher.
50.
Yeah.
So like 6% all stat is almost there.
Yeah, 6% all stat would be there. Or just 50 flat stat would be there, yeah. Or like 15 and 4 would be like really close. 15 and 5 would be there. Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, got it.
Okay, and then the only thing that's left is to look at the gear that we're not replacing and then look how well we're going to upgrade that, right?
Yeah. So we should prioritize the rings, right? Because the rings gonna stay there for a while.
Yeah, so definitely use a Epot scroll on your Master Ring and on your Kana Treasure, and use the unique scroll on your Katara, and that leaves us with one epic scroll, which I guess we would use on your shoulder because the other items might still get fused before, right? So you don't want to lock yourself into not being able to fuse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the earrings you can still fuse, the eye and the face you can still fuse, the shoes, the glove, maybe the cape. So the shoulder we're keeping, and we're not going to be fusing.
You're gonna lose your potential by fusing too.
Yeah. If you fuse, it just there's a small chance that it keeps it, but they changed it a while ago. A while ago, it was like if you have 2 epics and you fuse, your outcome is always epic with a chance of being unique. But now you pretty much always just lose your potential tier if you fuse. Yeah.
Okay.
So until you have one with the actual flame score you want, you don't want to commit yet in cubing and then star forcing because it's just constantly getting re-rolled. Yeah, so probably use it on the shoulder. So then we have the 3 epots and the unique potential scroll settled. And then we got to look at what we aim for, right? So, I mean, for the main stuff, you just aim for 6% luck on everything. And I guess, I almost advise you have limited access, but you'll get a bunch of money. I would mainly bank on using... So I'd use the Meister scrolls on your unique items that you have, right? Use them on your Katara then and on your emblem. Just try to get weapon attack. But the thing you have to be aware about is you stopped at your emblem because you have 6% attack. That's probably a good idea. Eventually you definitely want to get see if you can get 2 useful lines. So either 9% attack and 6% luck, for example, or 6% attack, 6% damage, or 9% damage and 6% attack, like something like that, which you would roll just with Master Craftsman cubes. You probably don't want to go up to Legendary yet because then it gets really expensive to have to re-roll. But it is possible. So here's the thing: if you're trying to solo CRA, Dual Blade probably has the best kit in the entire game to be able to do that the easiest. Because of all your built-in IED, right? Wait, hello? Oh. Oh, his connection dropped. Hang on. See if we can... Oh, yeah, he said his Wi-Fi was kind of shitty. Do we have to recall? Hang on, let me try. Boop, boop. I'll try to recall, see if we can get him back in here. Or we could do the remainder through the chat. That could also be possible. Ah, you're back?
Hello? Yeah,
Hello.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get it. Did you cut out at the part where we were talking about the epic potential scrolls?
Yeah, I think so.
So we did 2 on the ring, on the 2 rings, 1 on the shoulder, and then the unique scroll on the Katara, right?
Yeah, I got that part.
Okay. And then the Meister cubes we'd be using on your unique items, so on your Katara and on your emblem. And we basically want to aim for 2 useful lines. So that basically means between attack, damage, and luck, and possibly IED, 2 of those lines on 1 item, with attack being the most important to be part of those 2. So like attack and luck, attack and damage, attack and ID, something like that. Or if you get 3 of those, that would be ideal. On those 2 items, that's going to be very important. Those are going to be your cornerstone. And the other thing is, oh, this is why we should have done this yesterday, because the Katara. Did you start with the Katara yesterday?
Yeah, yes. I got it to 10 yesterday.
You got it to 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good for now. All right. Okay. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, and then so if you don't get anything with the Meisters, you'll still have the money to reroll with Master Craftsman cubes. I would advise to buy Master Craftsman cubes from the Genesis shop to reroll within Unique, rather than to try to go for black or red, because then it gets really expensive to have to keep rerolling.
Wait, where do you buy the Master Craftsman cubes?
If you go to Genesis, to the market, and then go to the potion shop. So that's where you can buy. Yeah.
Yeah, I only know about the Libra one. So yeah.
Yeah. The Genesis basically has the same items, but also Master Craftsman cubes for 7.5 mil each.
Kind of expensive, but
kind of expensive, but yeah, red is 12 and black is 22. So those are the alternatives.
I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah, and Master Craftsman also has a very high chance of getting you double primes, kind of the same way that black cubes do. So there is definitely some good chance for good outcomes. But yeah, you don't want to go for like 9 attack, 6 attack, 6 attack or something. Like if you get that, that's amazing, but that's not your goal, right? Because that will be very expensive, like you said.
Yeah.
And so for everything else, we're aiming for epic and 6% luck at least. And then specifically with flames, we're going to look at those items we already mentioned, right? And then the other item is going to be your pocket item if you can get the pink holy cup there. You want to get that flame score. The same as, well, actually not as your CRA, because we're not going to aim as high as your CRA because it's temporary. But we do want to work on the flames there a little bit, probably. But for the cup, you probably want to aim for a flame score of about 60. 60 or higher, if you have the pink holy cup. And then I think we have... Yeah, and Star Force wise, once everything is settled, get it all to like 10 or 11 basically, and just keep it there.
How often does like the pink holy cup drops? I only got the Hila stone. I don't have any cups yet.
Yeah.
For 3 days.
2 days. Yeah, I've been trying to. Maybe you've seen it. I've been trying to like gear up some low level characters a little bit, one by one. And it can take a bit. If you can kill Chaos Pink Bean, the drop rate is very good. It's probably like every other run, but Chaos is significantly harder than normal. Yeah, you'd have to either get a carry from normal. I would say if you use a drop rate coupon from Legion, that might help. Typically, what I try to do is if I'm still in the process of of building up and doing a lot of bosses for a lot of drops, I would get like 1 coupon and I would start with the boss that takes the longest, and then right before I kill it, pop the coupon, and then right after that, do all the other bosses that can also drop items, so you can get the increased drop rate for all of the bosses in a row. And make sure you have a rock, right, so you can teleport around and get to the bosses quickly. And that way you can take maximum benefit out of the drop coupon. It can be expensive in the beginning, yeah, I know, because your Legion isn't big at all.
I don't have a Legion at all.
You don't even have one, yeah. Well, you have 5th job, so you can access it, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't have enough.
Yeah.
I don't have 500 levels yet.
But you can... does that mean you can't put anything in the Legion raid?
No, I have to reach at least 500 total levels in the account.
Wait, I thought if you had a 5th shop character, you can unlock Legion now as well. Didn't they change that?
Oh, really? I haven't tried.
Okay. I think as soon as you have one character that has achieved 5th job, you can now also start Legion.
Okay. So
double check that, because if you could do your dailies, then you can get 30 coins a day from that, right? If that works. And then those 30 would buy for the drop coupon, so that could speed up your process on getting your equips. So your longest boss would be Pink Bean, so then I would wait until Pink Bean is almost dead, pop the coupon, and then after that do... I guess you could do Easy Magnus, or if you're confident in being able to kill normal without dying with the coupon on, then you could do normal to get your badge if you don't have it yet. And then I guess Zakum to try to get your accessories, and then normal Hilla after that for the pieces there. Those are all pretty fast bosses that are also pretty accessible with teleporting.
Okay, got it.
And then the only thing that I would do is like your potential on your weapon is very nice. I think the ones that are necessary to keep to cube is to at least try to get 6% luck on your CRA pieces. Just use occult cubes for that. On your I don't think your pants are. Oh yeah, your pants. Wait, what am I missing? Oh no, your hat's up here. Okay. Yeah, so just from your hat, your top, and your pants, right? They can go to 18 luck. Well, now they have 3, right? So that's 15% luck gain just for getting the top line luck.
Okay.
And the other thing is that you could, you definitely want to reflame your weapon. That's going to be very important to get a weapon attack flame on there. You know about the tiers of the flames and everything, right?
Yeah, I checked the progression links, commands already.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you can get this amount of magic attack that you have on attack with a 10% boss, like that would be pretty much ideal. You probably have to settle for a little bit less than that because that would end up costing a lot. But yeah, so because you know how the flame score works, if you can see that you can get 66 attack on your weapon, that's like a flame score of 260, right? So that's like 5 other items as flame score that we're aiming for on just the weapon attack of the weapon. So then you can see how important it is to get a chunk of weapon attack there. That's going to disproportionately make your damage go way higher. Yeah, so aim for tier 6 weapon attack, or tier 5 with something else is also definitely good enough. So tier 5 with boss damage or with damage or with all stats, something like that would be good enough. And if you have some spare flames after that, you could throw a few of those on your CRA stuff because their general flames aren't very high either. So if you can get them to also around like 40 to 50 flame score at least, even though they're temporary, but usually I would say like 60 to 70. But since they're temporary, we're not going to aim that high with your CRA pieces. But I would definitely try to go 40 to 50. So like the top is like a low 30s. The pants have 12. And the hat has, I think, 0. So there is like probably around like 90 stat or something that you can gain there.
Well, the only source of flame right now is from the shop, right?
Well, and from if you do more bosses and with the drop rate coupon, you'll get some flames here and there as well. The only other thing that will sometimes give you flames is monster collection. I think you get them from the daily rewards too every now and then, right? Yeah, like day 11 is a red one, day 25 is a eternal one. It's very low
Oh yeah.
amount for it's very low amount for sure. And you could also buy a few, right? You could also buy flames in the shop, but I would only do that to get your weapon to something nice, because that one is so much more
Mhm.
important than the other ones. And then if you get some from bosses, you can throw them on whatever piece between your CRA or your cup has like the lowest flame score at that point, that can have the most room for improvement. But to get to that point, you could invest some flames into your weapon. I think that would be very worthwhile investment. Um,
Okay.
yeah, besides that, it's going to be getting nodes from event shops, building your arcane power, and making sure that your hyperstats are set, for whatever makes sense for your character. Which is
Wait,
probably going to be nothing in critical rate, mostly in critical damage, damage and boss damage, I think, and a little bit in IED maybe.
wait, I thought the notes from the event shop is gone by now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry. I just meant in general if there are nodes in event shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now they were in phase 1 and they are no longer in there. Yeah. Sorry. I
Yeah.
gotta clarify.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna get like 5 HP notes from the Terra Burning.
Mm-hmm.
So should I throw it on the tornado or the Play of Destiny? Because I use quite often both in bossing and mobbing.
Yeah, you do use them a lot. That is true. The tornado has like what 8-second cooldown or something. 10 seconds.
Tornado is 12 and
12.
Play of Destiny is 10.
10. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you do use them a lot. That is true. Um. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. For most people, when you're really, really just way in the beginning, super starved for nodes, I would probably say if you can get your tri-node, throw them on there instead, because you're using those skills like not every 12 seconds, but every single second, and you're boosting the final damage of those skills every single time. But you do have a point that if your goal is to try to kill CRA, then you're relying for a lot on that burst of those 2 fifth job skills. And boosting
Mhm.
that damage when you have them available so much is also a very good source of damage. It's more easy to, from what I've experienced, is it's more easy to guarantee the damage of your third, no, your second V, I think, like the big slash thing.
Yeah, the slashing.
Because that's like instantly and it just hits, and then the tornado you have to be on the monster, so there's like an element of risk there and of power, of like getting hit, maybe getting knocked back, getting blinded, getting reversed, something like that. And then you also throw the tornado through them, and then there's some damage that gets lost there as well if you accidentally have to turn away because they're attacking you, and then you throw the tornado the wrong way. That one is a little bit more volatile. So
Yeah,
it's
I've done that a
probably
lot.
yeah. So it's even if you're like, well, if you get better at it, you can probably do it way better than I can. But so yeah, for the experience nodes, I'd probably use it in the slash skill, so you can guarantee that. And then your third V is like a lot of burst, but you basically have to bind the boss, right?
Yeah, I'm still looking for
I
a
think it.
binding note.
I think I did it. I think I did it without the bind, but it's like, ooh, it's risky. You can still move, so it's better than the Shadower one. Like it's less risky than the Shadower one because the Shadow one just gets stuck completely, and then you're just a sitting duck. The Shadower, the dual blade you can still move, so that's a benefit. But then the downside is that when you're moving, you're facing the other way, and then the damage is hitting nothing. But yeah, you can check out my CRA runs. It actually got a decent amount of views. I think a lot of people found it very interesting. I wasn't really planning on making a video out of it, but I was like, I'll just throw it on YouTube anyway. But it was with a dual blade, like around your level. But yeah, I do have the Legion and the Lynx. So, but I have pretty low level boost nodes as well. So it's not like it's a completely decked out billions of billions invested or something character.
So do you have the stats shown in those videos?
I don't, but I think I added them to the video description. Let me look. Let me see videos. It's got like the giant slash of the attack that's like visible on the screen. I think it's because yeah, you do use the skills a lot, and they give a lot of damage. Especially in the Queen, you're basically just constantly in dark side, so you don't die to the fire, and then you come out of dark side, you use the 2 slashes, and then you're in dark side again, basically. Oh, here.
I don't think you have it in the description.
I might have added it to the.
In the comment, yeah.
Oh yeah, in the comments maybe.
Yeah, I found it. 2.2 is a lot.
Yeah, 2.2 buffed. That's because Final Cut, right? Final Cut adds a lot of range. But that is what you're going to be looking at as well. Boss damage around 160, ID low 80s. I think my stat was around. I think I was low 5k stat. I think like 5,200, something like that. And I'm
So
guessing
I'm
that
at
you're at like
3K right now,
yeah, I was gonna guess like 3.6 or 3.8 for you now.
but I only have like 300K range.
Yeah. There's a lot of
So
your
it's
range is going to come from invisible sources, right? It's going to be your boost nodes, and it's going to be your ID that's in your kit and your boss damage, and the percentages from your fifth job skills. Yeah.
so getting 6% luck on every items
Mm-hmm.
should get me there, right?
So the attack and the luck slash damage from your secondary and your emblem, the little gains that you're going to be making there, plus the good flame on your weapon, plus the 60% luck on everything, and then all of the set bonuses of everything, and the flame scores of everything that are going to add up. All of that is probably going to get you around 1 mil range once you get all of that. And then if you keep doing the arcane dailies and everything, leveling those up in the beginning is going to be very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're probably looking at like 1 mil range, clean. And then you make sure that your hyper stats are all set. You'll have maybe a little bit more Legion, but probably not much more. And then it's mainly just going to be practicing the boss. But you can do it because Dual Blade Kit is very good.
Yeah, so confirming on the fifth shop Legion one, I cannot have it unless I have 500 total levels.
Okay. Alright, I thought they changed that, but okay. So I guess no drop
Wait,
rate
no,
coupons
I
so
have
far.
it now.
You have it now? Haha. Yeah, I think it's you have to have one or the other. Where before it was you have to have 500, like that's the only requirement, and now I think they have different ways. So now you can put some pieces in the Legion board, right?
Wait, what? One more questions. Why do I have a lab server piece? I never done lab server.
Yeah, there has been. So I think this is because they're talking about Burning World, and because Burning World is also like a separate server with rewards for the main server. I think they're copying some of the code of Lab Server over to make like the side server work. And I think because of that, there's been like a weird overlap in server rewards already being applied to people and stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So,
I've had a lot of reports of people finding lab server pieces suddenly, even though they never competed in lab server.
so it's gonna be removed soon, right?
It should be, yeah. It shouldn't be there, so they should be fixed, yeah.
Okay.
But until then, grats on the extra 50 weapon attack, I guess.
Yeah, I can put my piece in now with fifth job.
Oh, nice. Then you should also have access to the Legion dailies, and then you can get some coins from that. Cool, it was lagging a bit. Hope you didn't disconnect. Percy? Percy! He died. He died a second time. Don't worry, like a phoenix, he will rise from the ashes once again. But I think gear-wise, we're up to speed with everything, right? We know what to do here. We're not fucking with the heart. He could fuck with the heart, but I think that's too much effort right now. We talked about flames and about potential here. Flame potential, flame potential, flame potential, flame potential, flame potential. He knows what to get here. Daily Monster Parker badge, I guess we can mention that. And then we know about the emblem secondary pendants. He knows what to go for there. Pocket item. I think we talked about everything. Yeah, just a 7-day Monster Parker. Ooh, is he back?
Yeah, I think we should get this done quickly because I'm getting cut off more often now.
Yeah, I noticed. The only thing I was gonna mention is keep making progress towards your 7-day Monster Parker medal.
Yeah, I'm still doing Monster Park because it still give me a lot of good XP right now.
Yeah, and the potions, right, that can help you train and boss faster as
Yeah.
well. But that's like the only thing I was gonna mention. I think besides that, I think we covered everything.
So you mentioned that I should get 6% on everything.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I get a other epochs for other things like the accessories and the earrings and stuff?
So I would so for epots, you can check in the chat !epots that has like all of the sources of epots that exist. So for some things you could transfer hammer. For some things, sometimes it drops like that. And for some things, what I tend to do is when I find Monster Craftsman cubes from bosses and stuff, I use those on rare items to try to get them to epic. And sometimes if you get very lucky, occult cubes can also tier up, but it's pretty low rate.
Well, I'm kind of limited on the occults right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already starting to boss.
Yeah, one thing you could do is if you're you don't really feel like training or and you've already done your bosses, what you could do is try to find like elite bosses around your area that you can kill. Those tend to give a lot of epic cubes as well. And monster collection, if you have a little bit of that, that can give you a lot of occult cubes as well.
Okay, so it should be 6% of luck everything and 9% attack on weapon is already there. And good flames, good bosses, and good practice for the boss.
Yeah, definitely check out the video in the. I'll put the video, like the link to the video in the YouTube video as well. Wait, I have the video here. I'll link it to you.
Yeah, I already have it right here.
Oh yeah, you said that you saw that it wasn't in the description. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm like perfect with dual blade, but it can give you like some tips on what to look out for, and yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That should get me to CRA struggle, and then how far is it gonna be into like solo?
Solo is gonna be, is if your link in your legion also grows, and if you, I think, get your actual weapon and then maybe your emblem and secondary all to legendary with 2 useful lines, and then get the Tyrant Cape, good flame on there, some good potential. And then maybe no, not the Tyrant shoes. That shouldn't be useful. But mainly it's going to be like the huge bump that your links and your legion can give you, or way more arcane power from maybe being level 210 or 215. Access to way more skills, your boost nodes higher level. That's going to be the main thing that takes you from struggle to solo.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna like build my legions and my arcane powers through the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, yeah, I think I'm gonna have a decent next year. I think.
Yeah, it might be more reasonable for you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to like replace the temporary before they ran out, and then yeah, I'm gonna settle.
Yeah, for sure. If you think you're only going to be struggle ready and not solo ready, you can join the CRA role in the Discord and try to find people in there to join together.
Okay. I think I got it.
Okay. You feel confident?
Pretty much.
Okay. Kind of undermined by your internet connection, but I believe in your spirit.
Yeah. I mean, only 2 times. It's already good.
Okay, this is okay. This is a good connection. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right. Well, best of luck, and I wish you good gains on practicing. There's just going to be a lot of practicing. That's going to be a lot of failure, but as long as you learn from the mistakes, you'll just get better and better and better.
Okay. I think I think I got the mechanics of the boss alright because I already solo it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm gonna practice the mechanics of the dual play itself.
Yep. Yep. Like see where you can use your chains of hell, your iframe. See where you need to use it. We'll see when it's best to maybe save it. Moving around, jump attacking in the right spot. Jumping around the tails with C-Vel. The like the post-split clown, for example. Like how do you go about that when you hit multiple targets? And I think you're already used to kind of that with Demon Slayer, but yeah, it's a lot. Of course, your mobility is a little bit different.
Yeah, I miss demon flying a lot.
Yeah, glide is really nice, right?
Yeah, I mean like a lot of people hate it, but like that's my favorite thing about the demons.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm old Demon Avenger main, so I totally feel you on that one. There's something special about just being able to glide through the map. I think only Aaron has that in their attack, where they can kind of like glide attack.
Well, you need to have a target to be able
Yeah.
to glide.
You need to have a target. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same. It's it's a little similar, but not the same for sure.
Yeah. So I think I got it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna work towards those things you talk about.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, good luck. If you don't have like enough occult income, try to aim for like 3% on everything first, and then go like for 6 one at a time. That's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
And I hope your internet. I hope your internet stays stable.
Yeah, it's say stable in the early morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I want to do in the early morning.
I see.
And then it breaks throughout the day.
Well, I'm glad we had the good connection today.
Yeah, it's good already. So.
All right. See you, man. Good luck.
Yeah, see ya. Thank you.
Yo, you're welcome.